Alright, my people, welcome back onto this channel. Well, this is another one reaching out, still on the matter. Yoruba nation not going back, exactly what it is, exactly within the people they talk about. Alright, onto this one. Yoruba self-determination movement writes TINUBU 6 peaceful exit from Nigeria. Alright, my people, the news in details. Ibadan, a group, the Yoruba self-determination movement, which said it is leading the Yoruba self-determination struggle for the Yoruba sovereign state separate from Nigeria, has sent an open letter to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on its demand to pull Yoruba out of the present Nigeria through peaceful negotiations. The group, in a letter made available to journalists on Saturday and then addressed to President Bola Tinubu, dated April 17, 2024, and then signed by Professor Banji Akintoye, National Leader, Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, Leader, Yoruba National Conference, Yoruba National Defense, and then Otumba Ola Ademola, Vice Chairman, Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, said, and I quote, "We have the honor to send to Your Excellency this important letter on behalf of the many millions of Yoruba people at home in Yoruba land, in Nigeria, and in the Yoruba diaspora in almost all countries across the world. We sent this letter most respectfully to Your Excellency as a follow-up to our earlier letter dated August 6, 2022, which we delivered to your predecessor, President Muhammadu Buhari, in his exalted position then as President of Nigeria. Citing reason for its planned withdrawal from Nigeria, the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement said since 2015, the Fulani have been buying widely among the other people of Nigeria, including us, Yoruba, destroying farms, villages, and then other assets, kidnapping men, women, and their children, extorting large amounts of money as ransom from friends and then family of kidnapped, and then repeatedly asserting their intention to seize the homelands of all the indigenous people of Nigeria for the purpose of turning all into a Fulani homeland. In the Middle Belt, a horrendous bloodletting is going on. Very many families have been forced into internally displaced people camps, and then many of the villages have been seized by the Fulani and then renamed as Fulani villages. In our Yoruba homeland, our people are resisting somehow better, but the Fulani attacks and then killing and then kidnappings are unrelenting and then are coming daily, leading to horrific instability and then forcing most of our farmers to abandon farming altogether, thereby dooming Yoruba people to years and years of famine. According to an unofficial estimate, the Fulani have buried as many as 29,000 Yoruba people in the year since 2015. All these actions by the Fulani are, to us, Yoruba, a sufficient reason for our seeking to separate our Yoruba nation from Nigeria. Most of us, Yoruba, have no confidence in the restructuring that some of our most respected Yoruba leaders, such as our father in our highly exalted Afenifere, are advocating. And our reason is that We know that restructuring cannot keep the Fulani marauders away from our homeland, since after restructuring, the Fulani would still be Nigerians like us, and they would still have full citizens' rights to come in large numbers, and then with weapons and then intent to buy and destroy and seize land to our homeland. Their spokesperson have said again and then again unambiguously that their Fulani nation has prepared all its citizens to fight their current war of subjugation and the land seizure for decades and then even centuries to come. We Yoruba must not underestimate the Fulani. We must not condemn our people to Fulani killing, destroying, raping, kidnapping, and then extortion of ransom for decades or centuries to come. Our Yoruba nation may not survive such prolonged battering. Mr. President, another crucial matter that we Yoruba must bring before Your Excellency is the horrific and then seriously disturbing character of the attitude and then the utterly disrespectful approach of one of the nations of Nigeria, namely the Fulani nation, to the federal government and then the sanctity, integrity, and the dignity of the Nigerian state and then the public order. Your Excellency, since your inauguration as President of Nigeria in May 2023, the Fulani have stepped onto such a higher level of national devastation as to add mightily to our reasons for seeking to separate our Yoruba nation from Nigeria. We ask you to witness, Your Excellency, the two declarations of war by the Fulani against the President and the federal government of Nigeria, and then against the entire Nigerian polity. First Fulani declaration of war, January 24, 2024. In this first declaration, the Fulani demand immediate release of the leader of Miyetti Allah Bello Bodejo, who was arrested for illegally creating an armed Fulani force, which he intended to deploy to all states of Nigeria. The Fulani Declaration commands, we hereby reiterate our demand for the release of Bello Bodejo. We hereby give 72 hours notice. Failure to release him, the Nigerian government will hear from us. Threatening that because the Fulani elders had failed to secure a Fulani successor or a person who would protect Fulani interest to succeed President Buhari in 2023, the Fulani have decided that their response is inevitable jihad. Both of these declarations of war were proclaimed by the top Fulani organization named Fulani Nationalist Movement, FUNAM, and they were signed by its president and the vice Umar Amiru Shehu and the Badu Salisu Amadu. At the same time as the Fulani Nationalist Movement has been issuing their declaration of war, leading members of the Fulani traditional and the political elite, the Sultan Emir's former president and then vice president of Nigeria, former ministers in the Nigerian federal government, former and the current members of the Nigerian National Assembly etc., all of whom never raised a voice against President Buhari's egregious misgovernment and then hideous corruption for 8 years, have been vociferously and then persistently castigating President TINUBU over virtually every official action of this, threatening that their northern masses would rebel against him, and then threatening that the Nigerian military would sack his government. The Fulani elite seem to be saying in effect that they intend to make Nigeria ungovernable for President Tinubu, and then that they would never accept any official action of his. Your Excellency, the above plus all the matters raised by us in our letter to President Muhammadu Buhari and then dated August 6, 2022, copy of which letter we hereby respectfully attach to this letter is the fullness of our respectful message to Your Excellency. Your Excellency, we Yoruba Self-Determination Movement acting for and then on behalf of our 60 million Yoruba people of the Ekiti State, Lagos State, Ogun State, Ondo State, Osun State, and then Oyo State, plus the Yoruba local government areas of Kogi State and then Kwara State, and plus the Ishekiri homeland of Delta State, altogether constituting the Yoruba land in Nigeria, hereby most humbly place our crowning request before Your Excellency as follows: that the Nigerian federal government shall, within the next 2 months, but not later than June 15, 2024, inform us, Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, that the Nigerian federal government have graciously agreed to our proposal for negotiation, and that they have set up a negotiation team that will meet and dialogue with our Yoruba Nation's negotiation team. That as soon as we receive the communication from the Nigerian federal government in response to this request of ours for negotiations, we shall forward the list of our negotiation team to the Nigerian federal government. That the Nigerian federal government negotiation team and then our negotiation team shall meet to appoint co-chairpersons to agree on a date for the first negotiation meeting, to the negotiation venue, and then to the negotiation agenda and process. That the Nigerian federal government shall invite the United Nations, African Union, and then the Economic Community of West African States to send observers to the negotiation meetings. Your Excellency, please accept the best assurance of our highest regards and then our best wishes. Alright, and then this is exactly what is reaching us right now onto this one. Yoruba Self-Determination Movement writes TINUBU seeks peaceful exit from Nigeria. Yeah, this is what is reaching us. Well, someone is reacting to this, namely Michael Christopher. He says, and I quote, "Wherein all Yorubas, Hausa Fulani cooperation to leave Biafra Zionist Jewish land immediately to avoid being wiped out by Israel powerful Biafra missiles bombs. Asked the Nigerian government why they removed Biafra Zionist Jewish culture from school history. Released Nnamdi Kanu from Nigeria. Abuja DSS prison order by Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu." Okay, and this is what we are getting right now. Okay, Netanyahu, Nigerian government has agreed to give Biafra Jewish date of referendum to leave Nigeria this year, 2024. Well, that's exactly what had been said. Well, according to Obilong, on his own comment, he says, Yoruba should fight war first and then foremost. You can just demand freedom like that. Yoruba nation should engage Nigerian government like Biafra did. Okay, that's another one. Well, I think a lot of comments are actually coming in right now. Well, according to what had been said, the true Yoruba people have come out to request for separation peacefully from the country Nigeria. Well, this is exactly what is actually reaching us onto this one, my people. What more can we say? Meanwhile, let me have your own take, my people, on this, and remember to subscribe for more updates if you are just joining us on this channel for the first time. All right, thanks and God bless.